Saratoga Country Club was more than we could have imagined for. They were everything times 100 for what we had expected. The service was incredible.
Food
We still
was,
have people talking
God,
about the food.
hands down. I mean, it was the one thing people were like to where the ceremony was outdoors, the dove release, the staff,
The service.
the service, the venue. You can't. I mean, it was everything that we imagined. And when I asked my wife, now is that the way you wanted is that the way you pictured your wedding to be? And she says, absolutely. That's the most, that's what I want to hear.
Linda was amazing. Linda was such an incredible person. I think it's kind of the same story as all of our vendors. The moment that we met her, we just had an instant connection and we got along. We were laughing, we were joking.
Joking.
But that's what we do. Like, that's just our personality. We like to have fun. And I think when you connect with vendors that can have fun with you, that's something to where you're like, okay, I really want to work with you. Like, it's a real connection. It's not a sales pitch. And I think with Linda, she definitely just found a place in our hearts. She completely worked with us, was willing to do the same thing as Legacy Films, was able to say, okay, what's your budget? This is what we can do. Let's be realistic. What do you guys want? Okay, this is what we can do for what you want. Now, how can we scale back? How can we make it so that we fit in your budget? So she completely worked with us, hands down, and the wedding and everything when it came to the service, the food, the people, just her making sure the planning, the coordinators, everyone that
The
she had
vendors.
suggested. I think everything was more than we could have imagined.
At Saratoga too, as well as their vendor list, we used every single vendor that they provided. Legacy, Joe Holmesy's photography, got down to the chairs, to
Mike.
Bloomsters, Mike, the DJs. We used everybody.
Dee and Karen.
Dee and Karen, got hands up to Dee and Karen, crazy girls.
No, Dee and Karen were definitely amazing. I think initially the thought of a wedding coordinator, especially for me since I am so hands-on with everything, I was like, I don't know how I feel about that. I think I can kind of handle everything. But once we actually met them and they talked about the logistics of everything, especially with the guys coming and then with us and timing and making sure that everything works the way that it should, that day, I don't know how we could have done it without them. So they definitely made it.
Yeah, they handled business and they made it flow. If without us worrying about anything, and they made the day go by without any worries, and they made it a lot easier, and they made it fun, and they just made it well organized with the teams. And they worked with all the vendors before, so everybody worked as a team to make our day complete.
And Dia did a beautiful ceremony, so we're very thankful for that.
All the vendors that they referred, we used, and everybody worked with us. And the best thing is that everybody worked together in the past, and that day went flawless. It went flawless. And again, hands down to the Saratoga Country Club for their referrals to everybody that we used. It turned our day into something we'll never forget.
Baby, I do.